G-Dot Squad, this, you know, man, it's your boy G-Dot Tizzy back with another VZ, man. Y'all already know what's going on. Now coming live from the underground. You know what I'm saying? Got a new banging ass video today. Now, everybody's saying Rich Homie snitched on Young Thug. I just can't believe that shit. So y'all gonna have to show me some paperwork, or y'all gonna have to show me the facts, or y'all gonna have to show me something to make me believe Rich Homie, my bad, snitched on Young Thug. If I don't see the facts, I'm smacking all y'all that say he snitched. So let's go ahead and watch the video right now. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Also, don't forget to follow me on Instagram, GuaboyG, Twitter, GuaboyG. Let's go ahead and get straight into the video, though, guys.
Everyone thought Rich Homie Quan and Young Thug stopped rocking with each other over some petty beef back in the day.
It was.
Thanks to Thug's Rico case, fans are learning that the truth is way more shocking.
Oh, let me put this in HD, man. You already know, man. We paid too much money for this goddamn Mac and this goddamn Wi-Fi and this goddamn rent not to have the shit in HD, man.
Shot at by Thug's homies, to allegedly snitching on Thug and possibly testifying at his trial. This is the wild story about what's happening with Rich Homie Quan and
Let's see
Young
what's going
Thug.
on.
Rich Homie Quan and Young Thug both
put me on game about what's going on.
Even though they both ended up in the streets, their paths into the trenches were way different.
Right.
Young Thug was a problem from the jump and got kicked out of school in the 6th grade for breaking one of his teacher's arms.
Yeah, I heard about that.
In the streets at a young age, and by 2010, he was dropping tracks about his wild come up in Atlanta.
I heard about that. Nigga Thug was crazy.
Seriously. He was in a creative writing and playing sports, and back then his dream was to go pro with baseball. Rapping was just a hobby for him.
I ain't know that.
Quan also had a legit job in an airport, but he got fired over something and ended up turning to the streets. Quan spent over a year in prison on a burglary charge.
Damn.
When he got out, he only had 2 options: go back to the streets or start taking rap seriously.
Bro, take that rap for real.
Thug was already making a name for himself in the city after dropping 3 mixtapes in 2011 and 2012.
Damn.
Quan got some buzz too with tracks like Differences, but nobody expected what was about to happen. Thug and Quan had been linking up in the studio and planning to drop a tape together in early 2014. But instead of dropping it themselves, Birdman put them on his Rich Gang label and they released the hit track, Lifestyle.
Now, I don't know if y'all know, I ain't gonna lie to you, man. When goddamn Thug and Rich came out and they dropped that Lifestyle and they dropped all them songs on that goddamn, I think it was like a Birdman project, you feel what I'm saying? Nigga, and when Rich Homie dropped, what the hell is the name of that mixtape? I would never stop going on, whatever the hell the name of that shit. Nigga, I listened to that shit today. That nigga went so crazy on that shit. Oh my god, I'm gonna listen to Rich Homie Quan after this shit just because he was going so hard on that shit.
Lifestyle went platinum and racked up hundreds of millions of streams. Quan and Thug already had momentum in the game, but that track took him to another level. Birdman originally started Rich Gang to promote his Cash Money roster, but he realized how great Quan and Thug were together and made them the faces of his crew. They dropped the mixtape, Rich Gang, The Tour Part 1, and that's when everyone understood how crazy the link up was.
Hard.
The whole
that shit right there,
by Young
hard.
Thug and Quan, with only a couple of features from dudes like Pee Wee Longway and Young Ralph.
They hard too though.
And it laid out the blueprint for what Atlanta trap would sound like for the next decade. Fans were all over the tape and wanted more music out of Thug and Quan, but that version of Rich Gang fell apart as soon as it came together. And before we get into the brutal story about why they might have actually split up, let's dive into what Quan and Thug have been saying over the years. In early 2015, Quan shocked everyone when he announced that he was taking a step back from Rich Gang to focus on his own music. After how much everyone loved the first tape, people just assumed that Thug and Quan would keep it pushing with Rich Gang. Quan made it sound like he was just gonna work on a solo career for a while, but would be coming back to the crew. He always made it clear that he had love for Thug and there wasn't any issues. But after the interview dropped, it sparked a beef that's still going on today.
It's not a beef.
Was on tour with Travis Scott.
It's not a beef.
And during the show, he told the crowd, "This stupid lame, that nigga tripping. That bitch Homie Quan."
Ooh, I didn't know that. I didn't know that.
ESPN and said that the situation hurt his feelings.
Look, my first reaction was
on ESPN.
And I took my glasses off. Like, to be honest,
he on ESPN?
Feelings, it hurt.
He seemed pretty confused about the whole thing, especially since Thug could have just called him. But that was only the beginning.
But I heard
he took shots at Thug on the track You Not and rapped, "Tool on me, fuck you, homie. ABC Channel 2, homie. I done fucked around and made the news on you. Had to change shoes, waste food on them. This flashy shit ain't nothing new, homie. I've been me. You ain't you, homie. And you ain't no thug. Plus, you ain't that nigga I thought you was."
But I thought this all started because Rich Homie was drunk as hell at a concert and nigga was doing like trying to grab on him or doing some weird gay shit, and he was like, "Don't do that thug shit." I thought that's how all this started. Now, I might be wrong, but that's originally how I thought all this beef and all this other shit started. Maybe I'm tweaking. I thought that's how it started, and Thug got offended and, you know what I'm saying, went back and forth from there. That's what I thought.
Quan hopped on Twitter saying, "I would never diss my brother," and said that the track was recorded over a year earlier, but not everyone was buying the story. Then
I mean,
later
if he
that
got on
year,
Twitter to say he
fans
wouldn't
tried to
diss him, I
rope
don't think he
Rich Homie
finna
Quan.
renege.
He told
Like, I
the
don't
crowd
think
he
that's
was
what's
rocking
going
with
on.
that gay shit like Thug.
See?
In 2019,
See?
Thug said that the situation is the reason he could never be 100% cool with Quan ever again.
I feel
Quan
that.
told it differently though.
I feel
According
that.
to him, all of the issues started because their egos got in the way. He said that it was never any personal beef with Thug, but people around him were making everything more complicated. They was both blowing up at a crazy
Who knows?
pace.
You'll never know
Quan always
nowadays.
said that it was just some misunderstandings that got in the way.
We'll never know
Ever since the beef
nowadays.
started, Thug seemed like he was taking it way more personal than Quan.
Right.
In 2016, he told the crowd,
Hey, fuck Rich Homie. Fuck Rich Homie.
Gucci Mane even offered
Damn.
him a deal to link up in his new studio for one more mixtape. But Thug told him, "You know I'm the nigga got you together when you came home, kid. I'm straight for life." Quan always showed love to Thug over the years.
Shit
Back in
crazy. I wish they
2021,
put this shit
He
away.
said that they would still run into each other in Atlanta and give each other a head nod or something. Quan even said that he was excited for Thug's new project and said that he's open to working with him again in the
At least
future.
they ain't shooting it
After
out.
they stopped rocking
You know?
with each other, Thug's career kept blowing up while Quan faded into the background. He
Label
went on a
problems.
Crazy run of projects and features from 2012 to 2015. But 2016,
Label
he dropped off
problems.
the face of the earth and didn't release anything at all.
Labels
Quan
be
came back
fucking
to the
niggas
industry
over.
for a couple years in 2017. He finally dropped his debut album and a couple tapes. But then in 2019, he stepped away from the industry again. Fans
Right.
didn't know why he wasn't going hard like back in the day.
Right.
But now it looks like it could be related to what's going on with Young Thug.
It definitely
Beef
was.
between Thug and Quan seemed like it came out of nowhere. But just a couple months before Quan took a step back from Rich Gang, a brutal murder split Atlanta into two sides. YFN Lucci's another rapper from Atlanta who's from the same area as Thug.
Oh,
Lucci's
okay,
brother,
okay,
YFN
okay. Yeah,
pushed him to
yeah.
hop
You
on the
already
boat,
know. You already
but
know.
his homie Big Nut is the one that really kept him going. Nut was well known all over the city and had ties to Thug too.
They
Then he helped
downtown is
Lucci get
crazy.
set up with his manager Fly. Fly managed Rich Homie Quan too. And back then, YSL and YFN didn't have any issues.
Right.
Lucci, Thug, and Quan could have ran the whole city together. But in
Yeah.
January 2015, Thug's crew allegedly murdered Big Nut. Nut was shot and killed in a drive-by shooting outside of a barbershop. And for years, the police didn't have any leads. Rumors were going around that Thug and his team were behind the hit. But it wasn't until last year that they were officially charged for his death.
They still don't got no
Big Nut's
evidence
murder was a
though, I don't
tragedy
think.
for Atlanta, but what came next was even worse. According to the police, his death sparked a huge crime wave. YFN and YSL went to war over the shooting, and the cops say at least 4 more murders went down because of it.
Yeah.
Quan was linked to Big Nut through his manager Fly, and the timing of how everything happened makes it seem like his issues with Thug might be deeper than some comments he made on stage or their egos getting in the way. He
I don't
made
think
the
so.
announcement about getting away from Rich Gang just a couple of months after Big Nut was killed, and now some people think Quan is actually snitching on his old homie over the situation.
What a paperwork.
Video recently leaked where Quan is allegedly talking to somebody about the Young Thug situation. It's hard to tell exactly what's going on in the recording, but at one point it sounds like he says, "Thug has something to do with it. We just can't prove it."
Straight up, man. Those had something to do with it. We just can't prove
When someone in the room asked him if it was
Man,
over beef with
you
Thug,
man,
Quan
look.
said they never had beef, but said
I
that
deal
shit
with
was
that.
deeper than rap.
Why did you suspect Young Thug when you went down to Mice? Because people told you, or did you have some beef with Young Thug at the time that kind of let you
I
believe?
ain't had no beef, bro. That shit was deeper than rap, man.
Thug taking out one of Quan's homies would definitely be enough to spark a beef.
Right.
But it allegedly got even worse than that.
Right.
Back in 2014, Rich Homie Quan's dad barely survived getting shot 4 times at a barbershop. Someone
Oh.
walked in and tried to rob the place, and
Okay.
the situation escalated.
I don't
until
think that's
shots
linked
started
though.
going off.
I don't think that's
Quan
linked.
has always been real close with his dad, and on the track Daddy, he said, "When I see him in that ICU room, boy, you know I went crazy, because I couldn't see my daddy like that. That's my baby. In other words, he's my best friend. Talk to him daily. Them niggas who did it to him, I hope they praying to God, but he can't help you in this situation."
But it was a
His dad
robbery
shot
went
just a few
wrong.
months before Big Nut, and according to some leaked paperwork, Quan thought Thug was involved with both of them. The paperwork says that during an interview, Quan revealed that his dad and Birdman had some kind of argument, and that his dad wanted Quan to fall back from them after it went down. It's not clear what really happened between all of them, but the paperwork says
Man,
Quan
we don't
thought he
never
wanted
know.
to take his dad out, so he would sign with whoever Birdman and his people wanted him to. After the video
We'll never
Quan's
know for
speaking
real.
came out, a lot of people jumped in and accused him of snitching on Thug. And Whack 100 called him a rat and said that Quan was just jealous of Thug because of how Thug's career kept going up, but Quan fell off. Rich Homie Quan's manager, Rich Homie Monte, posted a video later and said Quan ain't snitching at all though. He said that everyone talks a little too much sometimes or to the wrong people, and that the whole culture of calling people rats is wrong. He claims that the video is actually from 2016 or 2017, and if Quan was really snitching on Thug, then the trial would have been over a long time ago.
Nah, for real.
What's interesting about
Would've had a lot of paperwork, too.
is that fans noticed he only started going hard in the booth after Thug got hit with his case last year. He allegedly even took a shot at him on the track Bigger Problems and rapped. Said he ain't feel no pain with the kid, he ain't never stood out in the rain with the kid. This money in his car, yeah, they came with the kid. And these niggas catching Ricos, you can't bang with the kid. No one knows if Quan
Man,
is
you
telling
can't
or
even
not.
say that's
He's
about
at the point
Thug, though.
where
Y'all
only
reaching.
Thug was being accused of snitching. One of the biggest events in the YSL trial is when news broke that Gunna took a plea deal and was let go. He
Yeah,
took
that
a
shit
Alfred
hurt.
plea, which means he didn't admit guilt, but knew that the courts had enough evidence to convict him anyway. Gunna made an announcement and said he wasn't making statements or working with the cops, but then a video leaked where Gunna told a prosecutor that YSL is a gang. A lot of people in the rap game turned on him, and he addressed it all on the track I Was Just Thinking and
Right.
rapped. Only I done cry cause it's feeling for my bro. And you know my mind, you done watch that nigga grow. Know you hearing the lies that your little brother might fold? Yeah, I had popped out, but don't let him say I told.
Right.
He's still been showing love to Thug and the crew ever since he took the deal. But Thug allegedly took a shot at him on his new album. Thug dropped the project from behind bars back in June, and on the track Jonesboro, he rapped, "Street nigga with a bunch of lies like a tigger. Y'all niggas just a bunch of dykes, fucking niggas. Nigga told and he was my homie, I can't miss him. Ain't nobody."
But how is he going,
Clear,
like, y'all
Thug
stretching
talking
shit,
about
bro.
Gunna, though. The track was
Exactly.
probably recorded before he ever got hit with
Exactly.
the Rico
Come on,
charge,
y'all
unless he
stretching
recorded
shit.
his verse over the phone.
He
But
didn't.
now,
He
even
didn't.
Thug is facing snitching rumors. Back in June, news broke that Thug's lawyer Brian Still's trying to get a detective removed from the case. According to court documents, Still thinks that a cop named Detective Quinn will claim that Thug snitched in an old murder case. Quinn is listed as a witness for the prosecution, and apparently
Didn't happen.
he's saying that Thug told on someone back in the day when he was in the back of a police car. Nobody knows what case they're
In the
talking
back of
about
a
yet,
police car.
but Still claims that it's unrelated to the Rico and should be thrown out.
Man, I don't even want to watch the rest of this shit. All it really is a whole bunch of speculation, a bunch of he say, she say, I think he did this, I think he snitched on this, a whole bunch of bullshit, bro. I ain't want to hear the rest of this shit, man. Rich homie didn't snitch. He didn't. There's no paperwork. There's no proof. You just saying, you can't just say a nigga snitched, or at least without paperwork, bro. Like, get the hell out of here with that shit. Y'all ruining niggas' lives and careers just saying a nigga snitched. Come on, bro. Grow the hell up, man. Like, what